Hi, we're out on the range today, so please bear with any gunshots you might hear in the background, as well as dealing with my Shatner-esque pauses. Today we're going to be taking a look at an old Steam review one of my subscribers posted for the well-known game DayZ. There will be a few anecdotes here and there, but I must say that I happen to agree with at least 90% of what was written. Without any further delay, let's give it a read. 38 people found this review helpful, and 3 people found this review funny. The subscriber who left this review has a total of 388.6 hours on record, 182.1 hours at review time. Now I know what you're thinking. Those are rookie numbers, but the observations he made are incredibly accurate, and I think it's worth paying attention to. Original review: an unfinished game that, for all its promise and nearly a decade in development, remains in a very sorry state. Overall, playing DayZ is a demoralizing experience. Best put elsewhere as, this dev team couldn't make Pong with $1 million in a 2-year time frame. Let me start by noting that the official servers are too unstable to play on. This leads to people being constantly kicked from the official servers. These servers are also not monitored, and as a result, it is very easy for people to get away with hacking. Once you get out of the starting area, where you're likely to die of something mundane like starvation, it is more likely than not that you will be killed by someone who is hacking. 6 out of 10 deaths or more. There is no way to report this behavior. No admins keep an eye on logs to see if someone is acting more like a computer than a human. Frankly, this makes the rest of the review somewhat redundant because there is no way you should contemplate purchasing DayZ with this information in mind. The issue of cheating and server instability is mostly resolved when you play on private servers or pay for your own. But the bugs are omnipresent, and there are many of them. Fundamental parts of the game frequently cease to work properly, and many features are simply removed, never to be reinstated. The fact that someone else has to foot the bill and buy a server in order for this game to be played should be a sufficient indictment in itself. That the basic game is borderline dysfunctional once it's actually running is just another thick layer of icing. I like to paraphrase a quote that sums it up nicely. Bohemia doesn't fix bugs, they trade them. The infestation runs so deep that of all the bug fixes coming in this next patch, none will address issues I have yet encountered. Subsequently, if there is something that is ruining your experience, don't think it will ever be addressed. Most egregiously, the duplication glitch has yet to be fixed, preventing rare items from spawning into the game as too many exist already. And with infinite explosives bases that take tens of hours to construct, take less than 10 minutes to breach. It is also worth noting that many of the big servers are often run by unpleasant individuals who will engage in a variety of untoward behaviors. This is invariably what happens when unsupervised and underdeveloped individuals end up with a modicum of power, but it is tiresome nonetheless. In DayZ, when you die, you go back to square one. It adds a fantastic element to combat, but it also makes the hacking and instability that much more grievous. Imagine getting a complex Lego set and having it arbitrarily break and disassemble itself every now and then, wiping away hours, maybe even days of work. This is the gameplay loop that you are so often left with. The firearm selection, range of attachments, and variety of clothing, etc. is pretty thin on the ground. Whilst you pay Bohemia Interactive for the game, most of the top quality content and attention to detail comes from other people's mods, which they provide for free, down to the servers. I cannot endorse this business model, whereby a half-finished game rakes in cash for a company while private individuals put the legwork in to fully flesh it out. Do not think that I am dissuading you from buying this product because of the bad business practice of Bohemia. The game remains in an unrealized state. I am simply warning you that the developers probably aren't going to leap into action and save the day. I didn't even pay full price. I am still hugely disappointed on a regular basis. There is so much about this game that is almost excellent, but somehow falls flat. I don't want to be unfair to the creators, but we frequently comment on how it feels as though the imagination is clearly there, but the motivation or leadership is severely lacking, or else absent entirely. I have also come to question the aptitude of Bohemia Interactive, given that they cannot make it so that wet matches don't work. They cannot fix the lighting that gets brighter the further away you are from it and when you look away from the source. Even the way characters deform points towards the use of trilateral models. For me, this indicates considerable deficits in their team composition, as neither modeling, lighting, nor even rudimentary mechanics seem to have been implemented properly. Even some of their functional mechanics are outright absurd, such as being able to hold your breath longer when you take your rucksack off, and being able to eat guts or drink from stagnant water as long as you pop a multivitamin. The fact Bohemia Interactive are charging for DLC when the fully finished product feels like a doomed alpha reflects very poorly on the company. As another reviewer put it, the new map should be a reward for not having abandoned the game years ago. Never a truer statement was made. If you do buy this game, you will have fun playing it. Yet the pleasure will be constantly overshadowed by the fact that you spend as much time battling bugs as other people, zombies, or the environment. It is apt to describe playing Days as a battle, with the character control and inventory system being so clunky and inconsistent. It's almost as though it was badly imported from an early 2000s game. I have nearly 400 hours in this game. I want it to work. It doesn't. I would love to regale you with a comical list of the obscene bugs, but truly, it would waste both our time and would possibly drive me insane. No matter how much you like the concept, and it is excellent, I must reluctantly point you elsewhere. The game that is promised is not the game that is delivered, nor will it ever be, and the kernel of joy and ingenuity at the heart of Day Z is thoroughly plastered over with disastrously poor execution. If you have read this far and are still going to purchase Day Z, please, for the love of God, ask that whoever is holding the gun to your head either buys the game for you or at least lets you wait for it to go on sale. Better still, 2 shots to the stomach will deliver the equivalent amount of misery and take up less of your day. Update. The new update made things worse. Words escape me. Update 2. I checked the 2015 roadmap and they still haven't met their targets. Sure, they deleted it, but archive.today has it logged update 3. Going off the reviews of people with industry experience, BI are not competent. Going off of their responses, they simply do not care either. Tragically, the game is bolstered by positive, mostly meaningless, single-line reviews from people with more than 30 hours in game. They feel artificial, but a lot of people do settle for below average. Update 4. It's been over a year since I wrote my essay on why this game should not be purchased, and many updates have been rolled out since. In short, I would say that in Bohemia Interactive's attempt to adhere glitter to a poo, they have smeared feces all over the toilet seat. If you truly despise happiness, then please just buy Escape from Tarkov. Well, that's about it from me. I'm about to go eat some strawberry Pop-Tarts and then kill a man in self-defense. As always, don't try this at home. I'm what you call a professional. Thanks for your attention, and thanks for watching the Day Z Steam Review video.